Hey y'all, and welcome to episode 11 of the Green Countryside on Deep South Gaming. As you can see, we have nothing ready to be harvested, unfortunately. But, we got stuff to do. And I'm announcing this on Discord, so give me 1 second. I still haven't learned how to pre-announce it. Of course, I haven't thought about looking to see how to do it, so that's one thing about me. My memory's not the best. But we get stuff done, so we got one more to post and then we'll be good. Alright, there we go. So let's go ahead and close that. And then let's get to playing. And like I said, there's nothing really to do today. Everything is planted, fertilized, and this one might be ready tomorrow. We do got some hail damage. Our soybeans and our, what is that, rye? Triticale might be ready tomorrow, so let's go ahead and let's go to sleep and sleep until September. I don't think we have anything to sell. Nope. So yeah, let's go ahead and sleep until September. Might as well, at least. Alright, y'all. September, 330 in lease loan interest, 220 in lease vehicle, 9,000 property maintenance, and 545 in production costs. And yes, our soybeans and our triticale is ready to harvest. So let's go ahead and jump to our combine. We actually need both, because this one will do triticale or soybeans, but our other one will do soybeans also. So, but won't do triticale. So we'll go ahead and put this on a worker, and we'll have to decide what we want to plant in these two fields after we harvest them. We also need to check our cornfield, see what growth state it's in, because we don't want to wait till it's harvest ready to harvest it. Let him do that. Get out of his way. Jump over to our other harvester. At least I think this one can do soybeans also. Yeah, soybeans, corn, canola, sunflowers, and sorghum. Go ahead and back up so we can see what we're doing. Go ahead and set this one on a worker too, because we got our daily deliveries to make. I feel this one goes faster than the other one for some reason. Don't know if it does, but it feels like it. Let's go get our growth up. And then we'll jump in one of these after we're done doing our cell. But first, let's check on the corn. Is 6 of 7, so we need go ahead and silage harvest that one. So let's grab our lizard. Let's go the correct way. Pick up what we need to pick up from our gardens, the sheep, and our chickens. And then we'll also pick up anything that we've produced over yonder. Dang, we got a lot of eggs. Anything else going to pop out there? Yep. Alright, we'll grab our eggs. And then we'll pop around and pick up our wool. So, Shift R. Got a good bit of wool too. Might have to build another granny soon to keep up. Which would be nice to have to do. Because the more clothes we have, the better. I guess we'll go buy grannies first. And I'm not going to worry about trying to load up our garden stuff into the pickle plant this time. I know grannies will hold 75,000 liters of wool. Or no, sorry, 45,000. And we got about half that right now. I wish it would take it off the truck, but it doesn't like to do that for some reason. So we'll do it manually. Alright, and with that we got 23,000 liters of wool in there to be turned into clothing. And it looks like we got 2 pallets of clothing out here. So let's go ahead and load those up. What do you mean you can't load any more up? You ain't full. I guess you are. Let's go sell this stuff real quick. And then we'll come back for our bakery items and our clothes to sell. And then we get to make silage today, or start the process at least. Unfortunately, we don't have enough for a forage harvester yet. Even the Colossus one is way out of our price range. A little bit closer now, but still. I think the Colossus forage harvester is about 360,000. No, I don't know why we don't have any pickles spawning. I know we've been dropping stuff off. Let's check on the production, see what it's saying. That could be why nothing's activated. So let's go ahead and turn on the chili peppers and the tomatoes. We don't really have enough garlic and lettuce in there to turn those on, because it is a pretty fast process. Actually, I need to go back to the bakery, make sure it didn't spawn more, because I forget this only spawns 3 at a time. And that's what I figured. So let's go ahead and grab the rest of the bread, see if any more is going to pop out. Bakery. Yeah, we still got 4 more pallets in there. Now we got 1 more pallet. Now give us even 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Hey, look, another pallet of clothes spawned out. We'll be closer to the forage harvester. I don't think we'll have enough yet for it, but we'll see. And we've got 3,000 liters of clothes and 10,000 liters of bread to sell. Let's slow down so I don't lose control. Alright, and with all that we have 363,000. Let's see how much, well, let's see what's in new cells. Nothing we need. Let's see how much the forage harvester is. Oh, it's only 300,000. So yes, let's go ahead and buy it. That engine setup's fine. And we'll change the color to our Deep South colors. Let's see. Actually, I want the pipe to be green. Yes. Interior doesn't matter. Seat. Make that green too. I guess we'll change the interior color to black. Inner rim. Outer rim, and then rim color. Alright, let's go ahead and buy this. Now the question is, how much is the header? 53,000. Ouch. Well, we need it, so let's go ahead and buy it. And we'll change the colors of this to match our forage wagon. There we go. And now we're down to 7 grand. We don't have ramps on this, do we? Nope. Okay, well, we'll just park the truck right out here for now. And then let's grab our forage harvester. And instead of going to our dang it, they don't give you enough room here. I'm glad you don't have collision damage on this game. I know there's a mod on Mod Hub for it. I think it's a PC only mod, but I've decided not to even attempt to use that mod, because yeah, I would be doing a lot of damage. While we're driving down there, let's check our Time saver stock check, or not time saver stock check. Okay. Soybeans, we definitely don't want to sell right now. Triticol, it's, I mean, we probably don't have much, so we could probably go ahead and sell that, because if we don't make any more money today, we'll be going into debt. And I don't want to do that overnight. Granted, we will recover from it when we sell our stuff, but I still don't like going in the hole. So let's avoid it if all possible. Now, that field is going to be way too much for that bunker silo. So I think we're going to go ahead and get rid of that one and put a new one down. Whoop, this way. So yes, let's get rid of it. And then I think I want to put it up here. So let's go to, whoops, let's go to silos. And find our biggest bunker silo we can find. That could be a problem. Yeah, I didn't think about that. We're poor. Well, I guess we're going to have to save up for a bunker silo. So we could go ahead and load it into the silo. So let's go ahead and unfold our header. Which this kind of defeats the purpose of this, but you know what? Let's go ahead and get our trailer, and we'll go sell the Triticol now. Because honestly, it's not going to be, it's going to be more of a pain to load it into a silo than load it into a silage clamp. So let's go ahead and just go ahead and get some money so we can hopefully afford a bunker silo. Let's see, we want this trailer over here. And it looks like I didn't really do a good job at fixing that landscaping. I mean, it works, but I could have done better. I'll admit that, you know. Landscaping isn't my strongest suit, that's for sure. You know, we've been in here 19 minutes. I can't remember if I asked y'all how y'all are doing. My bad, y'all. So let's go ahead and crank this up and pipe out. And let's go ahead and, oh, we got a little more Triticol than I thought we would. I was thinking maybe we'd get 4,000 or 5,000 liters. We're going to turn that off, and I would say let's see where we can take this, but there's only one sell point, I believe. Whoops, wrong way. Alright, yep. Critical is only one place. Granary Huffer. We probably need to add a couple more sell points so we can have more of a variety instead of just selling everything at one place. I don't know, what y'all think about that? Or do you think we all should just sell everything at one place? Maybe by the time we dump this and get back to the farm, we either A, have a full load of soybeans, which I doubt, because soybeans is a very low yielding crop, or we'll be done harvesting it. I need to check our silos, see if we have any silage to put in the BGA, because that would be a source of income too. And then eventually we need to buy us a devoured tree so we get more wood in our sawmill. So we should get about 4,000 for this, I'm thinking. 5,000, not bad. Of course, we're going to need a whole lot more than that to make silage. Which, I mean, we own the harvester now, so we could technically just turn the corn to chaff next month. Just this month is when we'll get a higher quantity. Green corn gives you a little bit more chaff than ready to harvest corn, which makes sense. I mean, all silages is fermented plant material, and if it's dried, you know, ready to harvest, it's not gonna give the whatever's fermenting the whatever you're fermenting a chance to do it, because the I don't know if it's bacteria or yeast. Ooh, yeah, those are very abysmal numbers. I mean, that's still going to be about 17,000, well, over $17,000 worth. And like I said, we need the money for the bunker silos. I guess we could actually finish this ourselves. Yeah, steering assist. Yeah, we only got 4 passes. Well, yeah, 4.5 passes, so let's knock this out real quick, and looks like we'll probably have about 20,000 liters, I'm guessing. Which might be enough to get us a halfway decent bunker silo, maybe. I honestly don't know. I know 13,000 isn't enough, that's for sure. Like I said, I don't know what all we have in our silos. Not that we go into it too often. Once we do get cows, though, we'll have a lot more steady source of income, because we'll get cow's milk every day. So we can either sell cow's milk or put it through a dairy, get cheese, butter, all that jazz. I think there's even some that will do like yogurt and kefir or kefar, or however you pronounce it. You know, that probiotic drink that's not as thick as yogurt, but has that yogurty twang to it. It's actually pretty good stuff. I drank it for several months for gut health, but then I swapped to just Greek yogurt because to me it's more satisfying. Normally what I eat during my first break at work. I'll get some Chobani yogurt with fruit on the bottom. And I quite enjoy it. I only got 2,800 off that last little bit. So yeah, about 2,000 liters. So let's go ahead and hop in here and run this up to see what we can get. And hopefully it's enough to afford a, well, we missed that spot, but it's gone now. A decent sized bunker silo. I know we definitely don't have enough for a fermenting silo, but I really don't want to put a fermenting silo in this game. Oh, something I just realized. I had the boundary markers on my island preservation playthrough, but I turned them off for a screenshot, and I thought I would just save that setting for that gameplay, but it's not on here no more, so I guess I changed it for this one too. So let's go ahead and dump these and get disappointed with how much we get, and then we'll look at the bunker silos. Actually, that's not too bad. 39,000. Like I said, I want to put it up. Well, no, I don't want to put it up here because I have to bring all the other equipment up here. So what we'll do is we'll put this back up. Go ahead and grab a let's see, do we need to plow those fields? No, we don't. Okay. I think we'll put soybeans back in that one. Oh, can't go through that way. Yeah, I think we'll put soybeans back in that one field. Because why not? It's September now, so they'll be ready to harvest right before it's time to sell them. I missed the FS22 days when a regular seeder would do soybeans. But we have to have a seeder and planter. I mean, we have to have a planter anyways, but to do corn. And I guess we need to move the harvester out of the field too if we're going to be planting it. We should have enough seeds. And then after we pick up the straw off this field, I think we're not going to plant it. I think we'll wait till that field right there is ready to harvest, And after we harvest it, we'll combine those two fields. Because honestly, that small field has, I mean, it's not really worth it, honestly. So let's go ahead and get soybeans activated. Oh. Let's unfold the the planter. And let's get the harvester out of the way. I'm not going to put it up just yet. No, surprise, surprise, but we're just going to park it right here out of the way. And now let's see how big of a bunker silo we can afford. $12 by $30. These are only 500. I think that's what we had there. Let's see, how big is this one? Yeah, it's a little bit bigger than that. But I think we could find one bigger. 12 by 30. Nah, that's going to be too small, honestly. Do we have a bigger one in extensions? Nope. And how big is the green countryside one? 6 by 31, 12 by 58. Ooh, that's way too expensive. That's about the same size we had there. And that's 25. But I think that's what we're gonna have to do, unfortunately. So let's move out of the way. Let's go ahead and then pop one there. And since they do snap together, we'll pop one there. Alright, now we can harvest our corn. So let's go ahead and set our destination. Alright. So picky wanting me to start the engine. And then let's go ahead and get some steering assist going. And then let's fill up some bunker silos. Watch it not fill up the one, so we wasted 25,000 putting the other one in. I guess that would be okay. I mean, we have in case we'll need it, so. Actually, we're at 10% already, so I think we might not even have enough space for all this corn in both of them. So I guess whatever doesn't go in there, or either one of those, we'll put in the silo. Or, you know, we could sell straight up chaff. Won't get much for it, but we could sell straight up chaff. Let's see where we're at 20,000. We'll get a good guesstimate on how much it will hold. So 82. So about 400,000 liters. which would be nice. There ain't no doubt about that. Let's go ahead and switch our... Okay. I figured this field would need plowing since it's corn. But that's okay. In a month or so, we'll have plenty of money to get what we need. We probably won't plant the corn this month. But we'll get ready to do it soon. Let's see. We missed a big swath there. Oh well. Yeah, if we harvest this much, even if we just use the BGA, if we wind up with like 300,000 liters of silage, our BGA uses about what? I forget how much it uses, honestly. I think it's 50,000 a month. So that would give us 6 months worth. Of course, we also have to see how much silage is just selling for. I'm sure we'll make more money going through the BGA. We should bound to make more money going through the BGA, selling the electricity, digestate, and methane. Of course, we could also keep the digestate and use it as a fertilizer. That's also an option because digestate really doesn't sell for much either. Even on Easy Economy, I think digestate sells for like $100 a thousand. And I think we're on normal economy here. We might be on easy, but I think we're on normal. Yeah, we're gonna fill up that silo for sure. Because we're already at 62% and we still got 2/3 of the field left. Which I'm liking, I'm not gonna lie. I would be more than glad to fill up both silage bunkers and have some in the silo. More than glad. But while we're harvesting this, let me go ahead and put some plugs down. You know, right now I'm doing 4 different challenges. Challenge series. I got the Welker's Farmland Challenge, which is premiering on Tuesdays and Thursdays. The Island Preservation Challenge, which is premiering Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then on Saturday, I got the Wickham Park Challenge, which is a challenge I created. Welker's Farmland Challenge was created by Rusty Money Gaming. And the Island Preservation Challenge was created by Krusty. And then on Sundays, I got the Plus 25 Collaboration Challenge, which is a challenge created by Gasoline Billy. He actually created 2 different challenges. The Plus 25, which allows you to use 25 mods. And then the Vanilla Challenge, which no mods, just DLCs. And I've started recording that one, and it will be premiering in 2 weeks, I think. But yeah, both the Plus 25 and the Vanilla Collaboration are a merger of two other different challenges. The Can You Survive 25 and plus, one tile challenge from Rusty Money. And then the triple threat challenge from Zorch Farming. It's been a very fun and frustrating challenge to do, that's for sure. Especially the vanilla version, because I love my mods. I mean, granted, my mod folder is not as big as a lot of people's. I only got like less than 700 mods, 6 something. I can't remember the exact number. But I know I've heard people say on their videos that, you know, they got thousands of mods in their mod folder. Which honestly, of those almost 700 mods, there's probably 50 or 60 that I consistently use. So, you know, a lot of them are mods that I downloaded automatically when I was doing map tours a while ago and just never took them out. But I still like my mods. And then my island preservation, my Welker's Farmland Challenge is going to be coming to an end pretty soon. Right now I had a poll up asking if y'all want to see me do a new challenge to do a Let's Play, and Let's Play 1. So I have a post out there with 3 maps I'm thinking about doing a Let's Play on. If y'all want to go to that post and vote. They are 4X maps, because I want to do a unrealistic Let's Play. I normally don't do those, but I think on a 4X map it'll be fitting. Uh-oh. Here I am gabbing on, and our bunker silo's full. So let's go ahead and start filling our other one up. Okay. At least we didn't lose everything from us filling up that one silo. But yeah, I do use unrealistic mods, but normally it's just capacity and mainly in trailers, sometimes in the harvester. And I'll bump up like some things, like say if something's supposed to be like 3 meters, I'll bump it up to 2 or 10, especially on a baler or a forage wagon, just to help with turns. But I want to do something where not go extreme, unrealistic. And like I said, I think a 4X map is perfect for that. I've done a little bit of playing on 4X maps. I've done, you know, 1 or 2 just looking at them. And everything is far away, but I think it'll be fun. Alright, our soybean field is finished being planted. So as soon as we're done with this, we'll drop the planter and the seed take off, because that's our strongest tractor, and we'll hook up to our roller to compact these 2 silos so we can get them covered. And it looks like we'll probably wind up with about 600,000 liters, which I'm not going to complain about at all. I mean, technically we could get the mower header for the forage wagon and mow grass and send it to the silage bunker. But you just don't get the same amount. This corn right here in this state is your best way to get your highest chaff available. Oh, and I was did the research from our last live stream. The vetch rye, you mow it green, you can turn it into dried vetch rye for food, or you harvest it green for silage. But once it gets to the harvest ready state, it's like oilseed radish. Best thing to do is plow it in, from the research I've done. So we won't be planting vetch rye anymore. Alright, and okay, we're going to be well over 600,000 now. We're almost at 650. So all in all, I think we had a successful silage harvest. And I think we're going to plant... Oh wait, never mind. Just said we're not going to plant that one field till the other field's ready to be harvested. Getting old sucks, can't remember none. My wife actually said something about that to me last night. It's like, I wish either me or you had a good memory, because we both keep forgetting stuff. And I totally agree with her, because half the time I forget what I'm trying to remember 5-10 minutes later. Like, I'll tell my wife, hey, we need to get this from Walmart. And then 5 minutes later, she's making a list like, what did you tell me we need to get? I was like, I don't remember. I wonder if we could hook the silage roller up to the harvester. Because this has more horsepower than that tractor, I believe. We'll check in a sec. Let's see. This has, yeah, 1100 horsepower. Yeah, if we can hook the roller up to this, we'll use this to compact the silage instead. If it'll hook up to this, at least. Alright, so we wound up with, where am I going? This way. A total of over 700,000 liters of silage off this field. That's very, very good. And like I said, we'll see if the compactor will fit on the back of this. Hopefully it will. Nope, that's a 3-point. Yep, so never mind. We'll park this right here. And let's hop over to our cloths. Crank it up, and we won't drop the stuff in this field. But we will go ahead and unfold this. Yeah, eventually we'll get, sure enough, big field equipment. I was afraid of that. I just didn't want to run into our sorghum field and cause damage. Normally by this time in the series, if I had crop destruction off, I would have turned it back on by now, but we're not, I mean, turn it on, I turned it off by now, but we're not going to do that on this series. We're going to leave it off, or on. You know what I mean. I don't like how I put it all up to one side like that. That might be interesting to compact it. So let's go ahead and unfold this, lower it down, and see what we can do. Nothing that way. So we'll have to just try this way. And of course we hit the wall of the bunker silo. And we hit it again. Okay. Let's go ahead and change our plan of attack. This is heavy enough, so it should and powerful enough, it should be able to climb that wall, or yeah, wall of shaft. But I don't know how fast it's going to compact it. And apparently not fast at all. Yeah, I don't like how it filled up that silo. Alright, y'all, I think we're officially stuck. So let's get unstuck. No, don't flip. There we go. Yeah, I expected it to pile up, but more evenly, where the crown would be in the center. Don't fall this time. Alright, y'all, plan B did not work. Let's make sure we don't set the harvester down in our field and destroy our crops. So let's go to plan C. Get up top the pile, then lower the roller down. If we can. Alright, we can. So let's go ahead and unfold the roller. And drop it down. That's much better. Sure, I thought of that beforehand. And if we get stuck, we just lift the roller. But 82%. Well, don't go over the edge, please. Alright, this one is fully compacted, so let's go ahead and try to flip our tractor, of course. We'll go to this one, which we sort of compacted by not touching it. Come on, you can do it. Alright, let's lift this up and still be stuck. I really don't want to go that way because it's gonna push what we have out. There we go. Alright, we are 100% there too, so let's go ahead and fold this and lift it. And now we can do the most important part. Blanketing the silo. So we've got 333,000 in here. And 402,000 in here. So 735,000 liters. Nice. And we don't need our roller anymore, so let's go ahead and drop it off. Probably should have done it the other way. But oh well, hindsight's 2020. Let's pick up our seeder. Or planter, I mean, in the tank. Gotta put this up and grab our forage wagon. And I'll probably just leave it out tonight because that silage will be ready tomorrow. And I'm glad we had a good bit to do today. Because days when there's not a lot to do, seems like a wasted day, honestly. Let's go ahead and drop our seed tank up here in the corner. And then we'll line this up. Did we leave our plow down here? Nope, it's over yonder, so we'll just grab the seed tank. I ought to build us a ramp just for the fun of it. Whoops. Yeah, I love the ramp on that one Michigan map. I think it's just Michigan map. I think Michigan Plains is the other one. But that ramp's fun, especially with the Colossus stuff and the dirt bike. Haven't tried with the Bighorn yet. I bet you get some pretty good air with that since it's set up to go pretty dang fast. Yeah, it's too bad you can't take straw and turn it into silage in a silage bunker. I know there are some silage productions that accept straw and turns it into silage, but that's unrealistic, honestly. Even though I've taken advantage of that before. Alright, looks like we're going to get a measly 32,000 liters. So let's go ahead and fold this up. And dump the straw into our silo. And then we'll see if we have any silage in there. If we do, we'll take it to the BGA. Because honestly, we're still a little while from getting cows, so. Oh, we got 110 liters of chaff in there. And a 430 liters of silage, so. Let's fill this up and take it to the BGA. guess we need to check to see how much the BGA will hold too. Basic BGA. Whoops. Dang it. Let's go ahead and turn that off, but it could hold 100,000 liters of silage. Let's go ahead and turn these off so we're not wasting money. So we'll put in 100,000 liters and drop it off at the BGA. I wish there's a mod to make silos load faster. Let's see here. Our barley's going to be ready tomorrow, so we can combine these fields then. Still got 2 months on our sorghum, a while on our wheat, and more barley. Oh yeah, that's right, we did double barley because we were gonna be using the barley in our malt beverage facility, but I decided it was too OP, so we got rid of it. So let's go ahead and dump our silage. Go ahead and activate that. And then, like I said, we'll keep the forage wagon down here because we got barley to harvest tomorrow and silage to pick up. And I think that's all we could really do today, honestly. So I think we'll go ahead and go to sleep for the night. And at midnight we'll get our BGA payment, so hopefully that keeps us out of the red. And we'll just park this right here out of the way. Alright, so I'll see y'all first thing in the morning. And hopefully, like I said, we're out of the red. And we are. So we still paid $330 for the interest loan. Oh, we made it $7,800 off the BGA, which is nice. And then if we look over here, yep, our barley's ready. So let's go ahead and jump in this guy. And we'll let them handle that. Are our sheep out of food? They are. Can't get no wool if we don't have food. So let's go ahead and grab some grass out of the silo to feed them. Guess I should check how much food the chickens have, because well, we still got eggs, so they should have some food. They might be low though. Grass. Wrong button. Oh yeah, chickens are good. I think that pasture only holds 30,000 liters of grass. Which isn't too good since we will have probably more than 30,000 a day required soon. Let's see. Yeah, they require 15,000 a day, so that's 2 days worth of food. We just dropped them off. And then once they multiply some more, we're gonna be in trouble. But we could build a new pen. for them. And have them have a bunch of meadow grass. Let's go ahead and jump in our bighorn. Which in real life I wouldn't own one, but that's neither here nor there. And I think I might get rid of the pickle factory too, because honestly, it's too big of a pain to unload or to put the pallets in it. Alright, let's go ahead and load up all this. Anything else going to pop out? Doesn't look like it. We'll leave the eggs for now. I just want to try to load this up without eggs getting in our way. We have no wool to take to Granny's, which is a shame. We need to check on our grain mill too, see if we have flour in there. Oh, we got a lot of stuff spawned there. Okay, maybe it might be worth it. Well, if it's not too OP, that is. I mean, the malt beverage was a little OP. Well, a lot OP, honestly. So we got rid of it. So when we sell this pickled stuff, we'll see how well it is, or if we're going to keep it or not. But we shouldn't have anything else ready to spawn out of it, so let's go ahead and load this up. Come up here and load that up. Alright, so we got 7,000 chili and 7,000 pickled tomatoes. And before I forget, let's check our grain mill. That's okay. We're out of oats, and we're out of sunflowers. So let's turn those off. We can move some barley over here. Honestly, we might have some oats in. Is our sunflower oil not set to spawn? Huh. Maybe it's been out a while, I don't know. Alright, so we got one bag of clothes, or a box of clothes, I should say. So before we sell this, let's look at our pickled products and see how much they go for. Alright, so pickled red peppers. Oh, they ain't too bad, 2,000. Pickled lettuce goes for a good bit, and pickled garlic. So it looks like pickled lettuce is going to be the high seller there. So I could just go ahead and take the garden and set it to auto distribute, honestly, and that'll save us a little bit on the trip, since we have to separate out the eggs and the wool, which I could put the automatic animal distributor with those too, but I don't really want to do that, honestly. Alright, so let's go ahead and go to our garden and set this to distributing. Set that to distributing. Distributing. We're not going to do olives. We'll distribute those to the bakery and distribute those. Now all we'll have to transport is animal products. So let's go ahead and park our Bighorn. Where did we have it? Obviously not here. Yeah, we had it in between here, that's right. Because I was worried about I won't be able to get it out because the building would be too close. Alright, let's kill that and let's go to our combine. Let's go to our other combine. Well, we need this tractor anyways. Let's drop that there because we gotta pick up the straw off that field there. Let's go ahead and hook up to our plow, let a worker work on that. And then do we need to plow the barley field? No, okay. So that's good. Let's hop over to our case. And go ahead and grab our Kloss trailer. Because, you know, case needs to pull Kloss. I don't know if I'm gonna ever get a Colossus trailer. Honestly. We'll go ahead and unload that harvester and put it up. Well, get it off the field. We'll fill the chicken food up and deliver the rest of the barley to the grain mill. Because our bakery needs flour. And our plow is going to be a while on that field. Did I leave enough room? I did. So how much barley we wind up with? 15,000. Do we have any in our silo? Barley, 78,000. So we got a little bit in there. Go ahead and park this right here for now. And we'll run over to our case tractor. Actually, let's see how much time our wheat has. 6 of 7. So our wheat will be ready next month. And this barley field is gonna be 2 more months. So we're not going to give any of this barley to the chickens. We'll put it all in the grain mill. This way we can keep bread, and we need to see what else we need to make cakes. Get cakes starting to be made. Yeah, I think before we do anything else, because we have this area right here, I think that's where we'll put our cow pen. This way we can start getting the milk production done. So a cow pen and a dairy will be our next major purchases. Of course, if we got to buy seeds and fertilizer and stuff, you know, we'll do that. But as of right now, we need to concentrate on getting our animals up. Alright, so let's dump the barley and turn it on to make barley flour. And that will go through, what, 12,000 a month? So we got about a month's worth. Oh yeah, we need to go to our bakery and see what we're missing to make cakes. Let's see. Oh, bottled milk. So yeah, we need to go ahead and get our dairy going so we can make cakes. And we'll probably put it there where the malt beverage facility was. Let's see, what else we gotta do today? Gotta pick up that straw, finish plowing cornfield, and our grass is probably ready to mow too. So we still got a good bit to do today. I guess we'll drop this here and get our mower. And just for the interest of time, let's go ahead and increase the working width of our mower to 10 meters. Okay, apparently it's already 10 meters, so let's, no. You know what, let's go ahead and do the 50. Why not? There we go. Let's go ahead and fold it. Drop it down, turn it on. Now this is going to give us a lot of hay. I think that's a tedder we have right there. I believe it is, and not a windrower. You gotta be careful when doing this by a field that has crops, because it will destroy them. So let's go ahead and turn this off and make us some hay. Now there is a Colossus tedder, and it will windrow the hay as it makes it. Like, see, we don't have the Colossus one. So Honestly, we don't need it because we have the that one forage wagon. So let's lower this down. Turn it on. And make us some hay. This way we could have everything we need for TMR, since our next major purchase will be a cow pen. And then he's going to be plowing that field for a while. Eventually we'll get a large tractor and sure enough good plow, the 72. I think it's SM72 is the name of it. But if we could get at least 60,000 liters of hay, that'll go a long way into getting our TMR stuff ready. Come on, close so I don't hit the trees. There you go. Alright, let's grab our forage wagon. And pick up the hay, then we'll pick up the straw. Kind of wash our vehicle off a little bit. Even though I do have the auto wash mod on this gameplay. I wish they had the Insta Wash like they had in FS19, where you hit a button and it made that splash sound and cleaned your vehicle. But they don't have that. At least I haven't found in Mod Hub yet. This mod, it automatically cleans everything you have that's dirty at midnight and at noon. But I loved the animation of the auto wash in FS19 and the sound effects that came with it. You know, we could actually mow that area we plan on putting the cows in and make hay that way too. Alright, looks like we're going to wind up with about 90 some odd thousand. Yep, 92,000. Which means we can make close to 250,000 liters of TMR using 40-40-20 ratio. Which we could add mineral feed, but I've never been one to use mineral feed except for the cow barns that have the feeding robot built in, because they want you to use it. But honestly, I haven't seen any difference with using mineral feed and not using mineral feed. So I guess for like a role-playing purpose, mineral feed is a good idea, but for how I play, it doesn't really affect nothing. And next month, it looks like it's going to be a busy month also. I might go ahead and sleep this, or after this, pardon me, I got hiccups, and let that worker just work overnight. I mean, I know he'll be right where he was when we continue on, but it'll give us something else to do. Is that spot I missed from plowing? Or is that grass on the field? Looks like grass. Wonder how that got there. Let's go and back out. I wonder if our BJ would take straw, because we got a ton of straw. Yeah, we got 1.2 million liters, so... Well, it says it takes it. Whoops. Let's see. It doesn't show it there. So I guess it's just a sell point for straw. But we do need to take some more silage down there. You know, I bumped the time up to 5, thinking it'll go by faster, but it doesn't seem to be going by faster. So let's go ahead and dump the straw and take 85,000 liters of silage to the BGA to make us some money. Oh, I didn't check time saving stock check. Alright, nothing is we're in October. Anything in November? I know if we had dairy stuff, it would be time to sell that stuff is in October. But unfortunately, we don't have a dairy anything yet. And I don't know how much money we're going to need for our cow barn. Eventually, I would like to get one that will hold at least 100,000 cows. I mean, never mind. I was thinking of how much silage this thing held. 1,000 cows, not 100,000. Could you imagine how big of a pain that would be to feed 100,000 cows? Holy crap. I mean, 1,000 head of cattle is a good bit to begin with, feeding them. And you're looking at over 100,000 liters a day. A 100,000 cows. Whew. I don't know if you'd be able to keep up with that. So how much is straw going for at the BGA? 129. In 2 months it's 147. So we might sell some of our straw, honestly, because we're never going to use that much for TMR, especially since we're growing grain crops to keep our bakery going. We'll have a constant supply of straw. So let's go ahead and drive back, and while we're driving, let's see how much our cow barn would be that we want. $518,500. So yeah, we still got a while to go, honestly. But if we keep at it, we can get there. Alright, so let's go ahead and dump the silage. We'll turn this off. Let's go ahead and go to sleep for the night. Yeah, I know, I'm not putting anything up. That's normal for me, honestly. I wish I was more organized, but I tend to just leave stuff where I leave them. And then get mad because I can't find stuff. No, it's a vicious cycle. Alright, y'all, welcome to November. Our workers still doing that. Our wheat is ready and our sorghum's ready. So let's hop to this harvester. Oh, we're losing out on eggs. Guess we should have took them last month. Let's go ahead and let our AI worker start on the wheat. And then we'll hop over to our other harvester. Not that one. Because this one will do sorghum. Let's make sure I have weeds turned off. I do, okay. And our silage should be fully fermented by now. Let's check it. Yeah, it's 100%. So let's uncover it. And on this side too. Same over here. Uncover this side and this side. And let's run and hop into our truck so we can make some deliveries. Because like I said, or like it said, we have no more space for new eggs. And we need eggs. I mean, not so much now, right this second, because our bakery's probably full of eggs. But we can sell them. Let's see if our bakery is full of eggs. It is. So yeah, we'll just be selling the eggs. I mean, we could build a preserved food factory. Well, no, we can't, because our next major purchase is going to be the cows. After we get the cows, we'll build us a preserved food factory. And we could be able to make noodle soup with flour and eggs. That'd be another thing we could use the eggs for. But as of right now, we'll just sell the eggs. But first we gotta unload the wool. Whoops. Let me take our straps off. And apparently it didn't like how it loaded itself, so it's trying to migrate the eggs. So we'll take the pressure off of them. Actually, we'll probably go ahead and unload them and reload them. No, they fixed themselves. Well, yeah, we'll go ahead and unload them and reload them because I want them straighter on there. So let's go ahead and pick up our clothes. Our one box of clothes. And we gotta reactivate our bread because now we have flour. Not much, but we got some flour. And we only got 1,000 liters of barley left, so we need to get some wheat up here. And then let's get our pickles. And I honestly didn't even look at our garden, see if it was distributing. But we should be able to tell by, yeah, it's distributing. But we're out of these, so let's go ahead and turn those off for now. Apparently it produces faster than the garden can keep up with. But I don't really want to put seeds and fertilizer into the garden. I just want to use the water for now. Once we have more money, we could do that, but as of right now, not a good idea. Alright, so we made $120,000 off that. I can live with that. And I think I forgot to enable fast farming on the harvester doing the wheat. So let's go ahead and put this up because we're done with it for today. And then let's hop over to 50-50 shot. Yes, this one. Alright, I just enabled fast farming, so they should do their thing. Let's head over to our Valtra. And is the bucket attached? It is. And let's see if this will climb the pile or not. Go ahead and put our bucket up higher. And let's get to where we can see, because alright. Let's go ahead and dump that. And try to get over there. Yeah, that's what I was afraid was going to happen. Good thing Farm Sim doesn't follow the laws of gravity. Yeah. I say it doesn't. Might be easier just to flip the tractor. Of course, I get stuck. What do you expect from me? Alright. Oh, look at there, like magic. Of course, it leaves one little strip in there. Gotta love Farm Sim. I might look for a better bunker silo on the mod hub before the next episode. No, don't flip, don't flip. There we go. That's where it's still showing the might be tied into this one. Okay. There we go. At least this one decided to move both of them at the same time. That was actually easier than I expected it to be. Alright, so let's grab I guess we'll grab the case, since the Kloss is busy. And it's already hooked up, so that's also a plus. Hey, look, AGCO mower is for sale. Too bad we don't need one. Oh, I was going to put the MacDon on here too, but I forgot. So let's see. If we can actually pick this up through the wall. Okay, we can. That's excellent. Of course, the wagon doesn't like it. I think what it is the tractor doesn't have enough oomph to it. Bunker silo is empty. Thank you for telling me. I wouldn't have known that. I don't even know how much my wagon will hold. I think 500,000 liters. I don't know why we are getting grass in there. Unless it didn't compact all that chaff. AI Worker D has a nearly full grain tank, so that's our sorghum field. Which I guess would make more sense to give the chickens the sorghum than the wheat. Because like I said, we use wheat for flour. I don't know if we can use sorghum. Some grain mills do, some grain mills don't. This one does. But we'll keep all the sorghum for the chickens. Or grain mill emergencies. But mostly for the chickens. I think we should have enough wheat to last us a while. Plus we got that barley field that should be, I think, harvested next month. Yeah, our barley's going to be harvested next month. Our grass is being weared again. And then our worker's almost done plowing the cornfield. And like I said, we'll put more corn back in there for silage. And since he's not quite full yet, let's go ahead and Run over this chaff. Okay, now it's showing it's empty. But I can see chaff in there. And it was showing me chaff earlier. Okay, this is the one that has chaff in it. It's probably that right there. What it's talking about. Gotta love crop destruction. Hey, look, and we made perfect timing. So we'll get 30,000 liters off here, and then we'll probably got another, probably 15, 20,000 liters still on the field. And then it looks like our wheat field's almost done. Looks like he has one more strip. And then he'll be complete, and we'll unload him and haul the wheat to the grain mill. I don't know why I put my production so far away. Yeah, dude, I didn't want them on the farm. Because in real life, you don't have productions on your farm. Well, I mean, you might. I won't say you don't, but you probably would have like a food production on your own farm if you're actually producing your own food for your animals. Alright, our chickens are full, so let's go ahead and drop the rest of this into the silo. And AI Worker G has completed their task. Again, good timing. That pipe is a little too low, or shouldn't have a collision on it, honestly. So let's go ahead and park this here. Hop in here, turn it on, pipe out. I knew we weren't going to be too close. Alright, so we're going to have 3 fields to plant so far. Those 2 after we combine them. That one and this one. What we could do is we could do sunflowers in one of the bigger fields, so we could do sunflower oil. And does that oil mill also do sunflower oil, canola, olive, and sunflower? So no. So yeah, we'll do one in sunflowers, one of the bigger ones in canola, and I don't know what we're going to put in the other one. I really don't want to do grapes or olives, at least not until we get a lot more money. And winter wheat and winter barley will not go into our production. I know that much. 774 and 724. Alright, 726. And they don't sell for nearly as much either. So we won't worry about the winter crops. And looks like after we dump this into the silo, I mean the grain mill, we'll have 104 liters left. So, yikes. That's all I can say is yikes. Because it's going through that in about 2 months. which isn't a good long-term plan, honestly. But we are almost, well, we're over halfway for buying our cow enclosure. So that's a good thing. I don't know if we want to do manure with it yet. I mean, our BGA does take manure, so we could do manure. Alright, so let's go ahead and set wheat to, oh, it holds 27,000 liters. We'll go ahead and turn barley off till we get more, which will be next month. And then I'm almost tempted to combine that wheat field and that barley field, honestly. I mean, it would only make more sense since we need so much for our grain mill. And I really don't want to put the sorghum in the grain mill because I want to use that as our chicken food. I mean, I know if we go bigger fields, we're going to need bigger equipment. Let's drop our trailer here, and when he gets done, we'll just bring him to the trailer so we can pick up this straw. And I think we're going to go ahead and sell straw too, just because we need money. I hate the fact that we need a lot more money, but actually I don't, because on my island preservation challenge we I found that it was more enjoyable in the beginning when, you know, money was an issue. Towards the end, when money was an issue, I mean, we still had the goal of building our island dream home, but to me it was less engaging for me. And so, I mean, honestly, when we get to the point where we're not concerned about money, we'll pretty much have the whole map owned, and should have productions for everything that, you know, there are productions for. And I was watching Gasoline Billy's Triple Threat Challenge the other day, and Walk Walk made a comment on it. No, it wasn't Triple Threat Challenge, it was his plus 25 collab challenge. There's a greenhouse on that map. I forget the map. It's a American map, but there's a greenhouse on it that has a preserved food factory attached to it. And Walk Walk was saying they would like to see that one put in the mod hub for use on any map. And so I said, yeah, and they need to put the mustard production off the map they're using for the Triple Threat Challenge in the mod hub, so, you know, you can use that on any other map, because right now the only thing you can do with mustard is sell it straight up. I mean, I understand not everything needs to be sent through production, because some productions you actually lose value. Like on my Wickham Park gameplay, I was considering whether to sell canola or put it through the oil mill that's on the map. And the I don't remember the exact numbers, but just to make math easier for me to explain, canola was selling for 2,000, 1,000 liters at the max. The oil, it took 20 canola to make 10 oil. So basically you're getting half the quantity, and I was only selling for 35,000, 1,000 liters. So you're actually losing 3/4 of your profit if you go through the oil mill than if you wait to sell it at the best value for canola. So when you place productions, you always got to keep that in mind, because yeah, in general it's better to put stuff through production, but there are exceptions to that rule. Alright, we're going to take this to the animal dealer, because it's actually selling at $4 more per thousand. And since we have a 500,000 liter capacity, you're looking at what, $2,000 more. It's not that much more, but I mean, 2,000 more is 2,000 more, especially when we're trying to save up. So, but while we're waiting for this to fill up, let's go ahead and hop over to our harvester. Not that one. Yes. And we'll go ahead and load into the trailer this way after we dump the actually we could just drive this down to the silo and we could dump it straight into the silo. We don't really need the trailer. We're not hauling it off to sell it, so and it looks like our workers doing the last headland on that field, so he'll be done soon. We're going to park this right here. And let's see how far on that headland he is. Oh yeah, he's very close to being done. See, when you plow, it should get rid of these hail damage areas. But for some reason it's not. And I don't know why it doesn't fertilize old tire tracks either. I know sometimes this game doesn't make any sense. But we are full now, so let's go ahead and head up to the animal dealer. I don't believe I've sold anything there, so I tagged it just to make sure I go to the right spot. Which just saves a little time, because it won't let me sell at the wrong spot, because only 2 places take Stroll. And I think this is inside the silage bunker that's up here, if I remember correctly. Alright, worker J has completed their task, so once we dump this, get back down there, dump the sorghum, we'll jump into the Claas, and at minimum combine the 2 smaller fields into one. Okay, it's not in the silage bunker. That must be a buy point. Alright, it looks like we got back up into this area. And we should get about 14,000 for this, I think. 14, 15,000-ish. Or I could be wrong. $69,004. Yeah, I was very wrong. But I'm not complaining. Just out of curiosity, how much is silage going for? Actually, it's only $6 in between the high and low. But we're not going to sell silage. We need that for the BGA, so. And then for TMR when we get cows. Alright, so let's go ahead and pipe this out. And that should give us several months of food for the chickens. So let's go ahead and just park this right here because I'll take care of all that. After the live stream, I'll put everything up. Let's crank this up. And since we don't need to plow either of these fields, we'll just combine them straight up at bottom and go across the top. We are going to lose a little bit of our roadway, but that's okay. We could go around, it ain't that big of a deal. So let's make sure we're lined up. And I think we are, so let's enable create field. Kind of curve it down to that field. Perfect. Now let's come up to this one. And I think we'll come from up here and do like an arch. So let's go ahead and lower plow. And I still can't believe we haven't gotten a full pallet of honey yet. Of course, there's nothing I really need honey for, but still. Alright. So that's going to be the outline of our new field. Let's go ahead and get rid of all this grass now. Now, for such a small plow, it does take forever to move it because it requires I think a little too much horsepower, honestly. I mean, granted, I know like some places, like around where I live, the soil is mostly hard-packed clay. So yeah, I can understand needing more horsepower to break that up, but well, we could put precision farming on here and find out what kind of soil this has, but honestly don't want to deal with precision farming on this playthrough. So we'll leave well enough alone. And I think as soon as we get done creating this new field, we'll call it an episode. And we'll probably start next episode in the same month, because we still got a lot we can do. We got fields to plant and grass to fertilize, goods to move. We still got to take silage to our BGA because it's at almost out of silage. Let's go ahead and turn that off so we don't get charged before we take more silage to there. I want to just go ahead and make sure that this is registering as filled by overlapping a little more. Yeah, we're making pretty decent money off the BGA, so I want to try to keep that going. And like I said, we could get a mowing attachment for our forage harvester to fill our bunker silos up with grass to make silage out of. Which, before I forget, let me make a note on to look for better silage bunkers, because I will forget, like I said at the beginning of this episode. I can't remember nothing. Find silage bunker. Okay. It's wrote down on the post-it note. Alright, and like I said, I think we'll call the episode here. So if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to drop a like. It helps the channel out somehow. I don't understand YouTube's algorithm, but, you know, people have been doing this while, swear by it helping. So please drop a like, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss when I put out an episode, which is daily, actually multiple daily. I got Farm Sim Daily. I got 4 different challenges, as I said earlier. And then Monday through Friday, I also have Fallout 4 and Stardew Valley. So I invite y'all to come check those out too. And I thank you for watching from Deep South Gaming, and I hope you join us next week.